Real Madrid is eyeing Rasmus Hojlund, and this has gone ahead to be broken after his run of 5 consecutive games in the Premier League, and he's really doing better and better and better at the club of Manchester United, breaking records, setting new ones at the age of 21 only. He's gonna be the biggest star ever in the world as far as really scoring goals is really concerned, because when you look at him and you compare him with other strikers, those older than him and those that are in the same age bracket with him, he's really a different species of a striker. The specimen of Rasmus Hojlund is really one of those that is going to attract Real Madrid to see either obviously sign him in, to see that everything really goes on as planned. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? It's Tuesday, second video of the day, one video to go, and probably it might be a live video as I'll be here talking to you to see to it that you guys are really ready to embrace what I'll be really letting you know about. So we are going to talk about his former coach that really went ahead to work with him, what really thinks about Rasmus Hojlund, and the goal he scored against Aston Villa. A report has been really issued out from a fly on the wall in Manchester United that it was really one of those goals that we are trained, and it went ahead to be perfected down onto the game of Aston Villa. And this is really going to see or lead me into a huge conversation on how huge improvement is going to have to happen ever since all these players really went ahead to return. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims Barakallahu fikum. Let's see close to 200 likes matching this video as we talk Rasmus Hojlund interest to Real Madrid. Who is going to have to break the story? Before we break this story, go into the lower right bottom corner, smash the black button that has the word subscribe. After smashing the notification bell, that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours. Now, here we go. Now, we are having Defensa Central closest to Real Madrid, and they are like correspondents of Real Madrid. They've gone ahead and obviously told us that Real Madrid have asked their chief scout, Juni Calafat, to keep an eye on Rasmus Hojlund as they keep him as an option should they fail to sign either Kylian Mbappe or Erling Haaland this summer. So I saw very many pundits in the summer transfer window criticizing, knocking down the price that Man United went ahead to buy Rasmus Hojlund for. They went ahead and really said he was not worth that amount of money. Something that I really looked at as these people being naive. They're speaking at a naive point of view, and their side was really less informed. They couldn't obviously understand what this was all about. It was all about one thing. It was all about Rasmus Hojlund, and we who are going to obviously watch him, we need to eat that he was one of those that is going to hit the ground running and really take all gate others onto the pace that we really wanted. Everyone thought that Man United would have gone ahead to sign what we call a finished article. Harry Kane, Dusan Vlahovic, Victor Osimhen, such kind of strikers. But they opted for Rasmus Hojlund, and Ten Hag knew to it that he has the abilities to make him better. He had all the structures that he really wanted. All of us, we know to it that Erik Ten Hag believes in physical players. At Ajax, he used to play with physical players. When you look at most of the players really hard, they're really physical players, and the only thing that could let you into his team when your physicality was really not to the levels of the other teammates, it's because of your quality and talent. For example, he had some other players like Frankie de Jong, Donny van de Beek. Those two were really thin, tall, and their quality was really immense. But when you look at players like Derry Blind, Matthias de Ligt, talk about Julian Timber has a very good physicality, Gravenberch, Lisandro Martinez, you see, he's really short, but his physicality is really great, and he's high, and his technique, his technical awareness for the ball is really huge, and very many others. We can mention just those, but just a few, but there are very many in making. Sebastian Haller, look at Brian Broby. He really had what we call a squad that could kill off any team. And remember, Sebastian Haller went ahead to score close to 14 goals in the 8 matches they went ahead to play as a side of Ajax. So it shows you that he was obsessed to having a physically strong striker, and he knew to it that Rasmus Hojlund was the one in making and Harry Kane was being looked at, but they said it was hard for Harry Kane to obviously be sold to Man United, and he went to Bayern Munich. When Rasmus Hojlund came into Man United, I was really excited because I knew that we had gone ahead to bring in a very good player, and this is what I wanted because I knew he's gonna make it. Amidst him taking close to 1,000 minutes without kicking or scoring a goal for the club of Man United in the previous 5 games, I was gonna ahead to obviously launch his career at the club of Man United in the Premier League. I was going to hit to silence all haters in my country. I saw pundits coming in and really saying maybe Rasmus Hojlund is a flop of the season, and asked, do these people know what a flop is? If someone tells me that Anthony is a flop, I'll accept because he's not putting in the shift. But for Rasmus Hojlund, he was not being served. And in the Champions League, where he got some chances, he had gone ahead to score 5 in 6. And after seeing a player scoring 5 in 6, one comes out and says, because he hasn't gone ahead to score in the Premier League, he hasn't gone ahead to see to it that he really wins, all get promoted too, players are not going ahead to flop. Forgetting that, even if you score 100 goals in the Premier League and your team doesn't win the Champions League, it's hard for you to step onto what we call the podium of the Ballon d'Or. Now, if someone goes ahead to score goals into the Champions League like that, then he puts himself in a situation that he might be considered for the Ballon d'Or. This is exactly what these guys really never went ahead to know. But as it stands, it's really very, very good to note that this guy is really great and doing lots of wonders, and Rasmus Hojlund is going ahead to prove very many people wrong. Now, have you gone ahead to score now 11 goals? Are they 11? Yes, 11 goals in the shirt of Man United, because he has gone ahead to score 5 in the Premier League. He has gone ahead to score 5 in the Champions League and 1 in the FA Cup. Those are 11 goals for Rasmus Hojlund, and putting up to assists. Real Madrid have started to eye the player because they believe there is a very huge talent in him. But Real Madrid, shame upon you. This boy supports Man United. He feels like he has unfinished business in here for you. And gone are the days when Real Madrid could obviously just point on the player, and the player and his agent could push for more for him to obviously go and play there, because by that time, trust me, La Liga and Serie A were the biggest leagues, and Premier League always came second, always came third. But the Premier League has gone ahead to prove to the La Liga, Bundesliga, that in the last 5 years, they've been the most competitive side on what we call the Champions League levels. 2018, 2019, the winners were Real Madrid. They beat Liverpool in the final. Then Liverpool went ahead to reinforce, and in 2019, Liverpool were Champions League winners. You know that. Liverpool were Champions League winners, and they beat Tottenham Hotspur in there for you. 2020, it was Bayern Munich. They played in the final with PSG, and they beat PSG by 1-0 scored by this other French guy that they signed from PSG. Then 2021, Chelsea came up and really took it. 2022, it was Real Madrid. And but remember, they also beat Liverpool. It shows you that almost in the previous 5 seasons, we've gone ahead to see in most of those cup finals played when the English side is really having a side into the Champions League finale. 2022, Real Madrid. 2023, it has been Man City. Now, when you look at all those previous 5 times, the English Premier League has gone ahead to take 3 trophies of the Champions League. Bundesliga has taken 1, and the league has gone ahead to take 1. But remember, Liverpool has been in the final twice. And remember, the final of 2021, it was Chelsea versus Man City in the final. So we've gone ahead to see these English sides be in the final very many times. So that has really gone ahead to come to an end. There is no reason as to why someone will come out and really speculate that a player can be excited to go to Real Madrid. Gone are the days. It's not really that, because very soon you're going to see Ballon d'Ors going to the Premier League. I tell you, if it wasn't the World Cup for Messi to win it, Erling Haaland would have been the winner of the Ballon d'Or of last year. And trust me, with the Euros in here, it will depend on who really acts well and in which Premier League team is going to be. If Arsenal and Man City proceed to obviously have one player who plays in the Premier League, if Arsenal continues to win the Champions League or Manchester City, and the country of that player is in the Euros and performing very well, trust me, the Ballon d'Or is going to come to the side of Arsenal. Sorry, it will come to the side of England. That is it. The only way the Ballon d'Or can go outside England is when teams like Italy, France, Portugal, such teams really win the Euros. But if they don't, then I think it's going to be hard to see to it that these players are really named. Talking about different kind of players. So I think Rasmus Hojlund cannot be shaken by the Real Madrid reputation. No way. That used to be way back in the days. That players would obviously say, I want to go to Real Madrid. Ronaldo forced his move to Real Madrid. You know, he wanted even to leave in 2008 when United are going to hit to win the Champions League. But his family told them that, please, Manchester United has been there for you. Stay there for 1 year and then you'll go. And again went ahead to play in the final in 2009 and Barcelona went ahead to beat us. So that was really something hard for us to accept, but he left. And Rasmus Hojlund, I think, is going nowhere, Real Madrid. And I know he's really committed to play for the club of Man United, and he's not shaken by these talks. Otherwise, they'll just keep him motivated. Why will they just keep him motivated? Because he'll obviously get to know that they've gone ahead to notice me. They've gone ahead to notice me, that I'm there. Let me continue to work for this club. He's a fan of Man United. January last year, he said he would love to play for Man United. He supports Man United. And guess what? Ten Hag saw the player. He saw his capabilities and he was given green light to obviously come to Man United. He turned down very many transfers. PSG, Juventus, Atletico Madrid. There are like 5 teams that were interested in this man. Tottenham Hotspur. But he said no, and he kept himself going to where he is right about now. So that is all about Rasmus Hojlund and Real Madrid interest, but I don't think he's going to go there. It's really going to be something different. He's still here because he signed, I think, a 5 or 6 year deal at the club of Manchester United. And unless otherwise, Erik ten Hag is sacked, who was going to hit to obviously get him in. That's when maybe you'll think, I don't believe that I should betray this manager. I should be playing elsewhere, you know. And even Real Madrid can take Erik ten Hag, and ten Hag can convince Hojlund to join him if at all he leaves Man United. But I don't think that Erik ten Hag is going to be sacked. And I really told people that, where are you who really said that ten Hag should be sacked? And I've seen people trying to really turn around. We love the manager. But do you remember what you went ahead to talk about the manager? Criticize his works, but don't call for his sacking. That is what I hate about some fans of Man United. Then we go to Dion Dublin. He's one of those coaches that were with this lad when he was still young. I think at Copenhagen, has come out and said Rasmus Hojlund has been brilliant recently. He has 6 goals in his last 7 games in all competitions. Now, he works so hard, even when he was having a nightmare and couldn't score for love, no money. That hard work will always get rewarded. Obviously, this comes out to our usual lives that consistency has gone ahead to prove to be the best payee in life, because it's all about you doing the same things again and again and again and again and again and again. And guess what? Good results will obviously showcase and really come up in your way. So for me, I believe that Rasmus Hojlund has been hardworking in the recent 7 games. He went ahead to obviously score 6 goals, and what a turnout for a striker. And since December 26th, he's one of the best top scorers in the league. He has 5, Diego Jota has 5, Bukayo Saka has 5, Darwin Núñez has 5. So you look at the people you're really talking, I think even Richarlison has 5. So he's in that ilk of players we're really talking about that have gonna hit obviously score goals. He has gonna hit to shame those haters that have gonna hit obviously coming through and really disturb us. Now let's talk a little bit about the goal of Man United that they went ahead to score when you're playing against Aston Villa. You remember that goal? It was a set piece, and Rasmus Hojlund went ahead to obviously read it well like a book, and it went and really crossed the line. Now, we've got a story coming through from Laurie Whitwell. He's a correspondent for the club of Man United for the Athletic. Now, he has told us that Aston Villa's goal was a training routine. Rasmus Hojlund turns his back on goal and anticipates Harry Maguire winning his duel. So, this was trained during the training session, and they kept really doing it. I saw it when you're really playing against Wolverhampton Wanderers, but it never came out to pay results. When you're playing Aston Villa, the first corner comes in through, we try it, it fails. The second one, it fails, but I think the third one clicks on very well, and it really gives us the results that we really anticipated as a club of Man United. And that really took us to the sky, and we went ahead to win, and Rasmus Hojlund looked at Harry Maguire and really went ahead to thank him. And kudos to the lad, because it was really important for him to score such a goal, because he only got 2 chances, and the first one he got, he killed off the game. So it shows you the beauty into that goal that he went ahead to score. And I would like to obviously now come out and obviously hail our set piece manager. For all along I've been asking myself, what are the set piece managers at Man United doing? I've been questioning myself, because I never saw any intended effort to see to it that we create such chances, but I've gone ahead to see them happen, and this time round I've seen the intention to kill off the games in set pieces. Against Wolverhampton Wanderers, I saw close to 3-4 times when we could obviously break them down, the 2 goals that really crossed the line and were really ruled out. Then we found ourselves in a position of really having what we call a goal against West Ham. Was it West Ham? Against Wolverhampton Wanderers. It was a set piece, and then it was headed in the back of the net by Scott McTominay. Against West Ham, I think all of those goals, there was no set piece, but set piece threats were obviously seen. So it has been something coming, and I think we should build on this and see to it that more and more is gotten by the club of Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Tell me your thoughts about Real Madrid eyeing Rasmus Hojlund, and if I tell you Man United, will you let the lad go, or you keep him at the club of Man United? Good night those going to bed. We are the United Matters channel, and I might come in and obviously do a little bit of a stream later in the night. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, the Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. We out.